Now looking at this photograph and seeing these broken pieces of plastic under a microscope with fibers near the plastic, is that something you would want to consider in your analysis, forming your opinion whether or not it was a collision
No,
between Miss Reed's car?
because the taillight didn't puncture the fucking hoodie, you idiot.
Again, if you can't do a proper biomechanical analysis, then that evidence is not consistent. You can't determine how it occurred. You can't say that that's consistent with it. You can't just look at certain evidence and not do a proper analysis. If you can't even tell that an impact occurred, you can't look at tertiary evidence and say, well, this proves that it occurred. In order to say from a biomechanical and accident reconstruction standpoint that an impact occurred and here's how it occurred, you have to understand the mechanics and dynamics before. This could certainly support that finding and those conclusions, but by itself, I don't know of any methodology in any study or peer-reviewed article that says you can just look at alleged evidence and then form an opinion as to whether an impact occurred.
Why don't you pull the real pieces out, fuckhead?
Yeah. Hand us
Not
the
under a
pieces.
microscope. If you
Quit
pay
showing us that
particular attention
stupid
to the
fucking
larger
picture
one
and
in
pull
the
out
middle,
microscopic
that
piece.
looks like a shark's tooth. You see
Yes.
that one?
Yes.
Except it's nowhere the size of a shark's tooth because it's fucking microscopic. Where is the
Jesus.
real evidence? Why aren't they showing the real evidence? Like, why isn't the defense pulling out the fucking baggie,
Right. That's what I'm
pouring
saying.
into a little cup the teeny little fragments that he's trying to make look like a shark tooth?
Right. That
It's a
should
total
happen
misrepresentation of what that is.
on redirect.
In your studies and reenactments, you can make any determination how these pieces of broken plastic got into a zero piece.
I determine how they didn't
No,
get
when you
there.
look at those studies, first you have to know how the incident occurred. Then you can look at that and determine, if you want to, how that may have occurred. Because otherwise, there's, again, different ways, different manners in which that may have been deposited on the sweatshirt. Without knowing how this happened, you can't just then look at other evidence and try and predict how it happened. And without that evidence of any of that happening, knowing how the body moved, knowing how it was hit, knowing where it ended up, any conclusions drawn off of information like this is just supposition, because you don't know the movement of the body or the vehicle. It's putting the cart before the horse.
There you go, Hank. Like that answer?
I wish you would have said, somebody could have put
That
it there.
exhibit